I welcome everyone listening right now to another episode of Trash Talk Podcast. I'm sitting in the Trash Can Studios, not all by myself. I got JJ with me as my co-host. Once again, JJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You looking forward to this podcast?
Sure.
So am I. Okay, the first thing that we got to do today is pretty mandatory. We need to do that every time. When a WWE pay-per-view rolls around, we're just predicting it.
Yes.
And this time we got Survivor Series.
Exactly.
And fun fact, Jay did just put SS predicts on the notepad right in front of us, which could totally also be SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You probably did that when we did SummerSlam.
I don't think so. But
It's also
it doesn't matter.
it's also very much politically insensitive to put SS predicts.
No one would have known if you didn't mention it.
It also stands for strong safety when you're a football fan.
Also, you literally use that same abbreviation like a few seconds before I put that down.
I did that very much. I did very much so do that. Yeah, but that doesn't matter now because we need to predict the pay-per-view. So JJ, are you gonna read out the matches or what? Y'all know how we do this too because we did it before.
Okay, let's start with the first match, which
Pre-show.
is the Cruiserweight title match.
Because pre-show, right?
Which I believe is the only non-cross promotional match and also the only title match.
Right? And it's a pre-show match, of course, because cruiserweights, right? So we got Enzo Amore
Exactly.
versus Kalisto. And who do you got winning and why?
I've got Enzo winning
What a surprise.
because he's the champ, right?
Same here. No big stuff's happening in the pre-show. Not of Survivors. Not of Survivors. We not having title change storylines.
He's a heel win in the pre-show.
That's cool. Doesn't matter. We're not having if it's a title match, there's different rules. We're not having any storylines possibly detracting from the main stuff, right? The Survivor Series matches, because WWE doesn't want that.
So what's the next match?
They're gonna make this the most unspectacular match ever. Next match, okay, we're going to do this in the way we wrote it down, not in the actual match order, because we do not know. We're not interns in WWE. Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss, which is the WWE Raw Women's Champion versus the SmackDown Women's Champion.
And this is going to be a pattern that's going to keep holding up for a while.
Exactly, yeah, just get used to that.
So
Hold on to your britches, people. We're going to have a lot of cross-promotional champions.
So
who do you have winning?
I've got Charlotte winning.
Why?
Because if you just imagine those two standing opposite each other, it seems ridiculous to have Alexa Bliss win. Because, Charlotte is,
She's 6 feet tall,
she's stronger, more athletic,
as opposed to Alexa being
taller,
like 4.5 feet tall.
You know,
of course, physically in every single attribute, Charlotte would totally dominate Alexa. And Charlotte has also never been the kind of stupid type of face like Bayley or like Sasha at times. Where Alexa could beat her by just being smarter, by outsmarting, by being evil and conniving, which is a word I like, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got Charlotte too because it would not make sense really for Alexa to win.
That's what I'm saying.
I like them both. Charlotte is the best female athlete. Alexa is the best female talker.
Yeah.
By far, but great. I'm expecting a good match, some athletic stuff, but yeah, Charlotte. I got Charlotte winning. Next match, JJ.
The next match is, what a surprise, a Champions vs. Champions match, and that is the Raw Tag Team Champions of Sheamus and Cesaro versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions of The Usos.
Oos!
Oh!
Who you got winning?
I've got The Usos.
Oos!
Oh!
Me too. Why?
Well, there's multiple reasons. One which is coming later down the card, and the other one is just that I've already had Charlotte winning.
Yeah.
Wait, that doesn't... Wait, that's
both. That's both on SmackDown.
No,
yeah.
No, it's because of the other tag team match coming up.
Okay.
Because
you
know what? Let's talk about that next, I guess. Because
that's always what you need to keep in mind when you're looking at Survivor Series and brand versus brand. You can't give all the wins to one brand.
So yeah, another tag team match would be the Shield versus the New Day.
That's not even in the right order we put it down.
I know,
but it doesn't matter. We can do it.
But that connects to it.
We can adapt on the fly.
Because I've got the Shield winning.
Totally.
Which,
of course. So
and
what? Yeah.
Then I didn't want to have the Usos lose as well to have like
Exactly.
all the tag team wins be.
So that makes the tag team division of SmackDown look really
Exactly.
bad, where
So-
it is actually pretty good.
So that's the actual like biggest reason there.
Shield winning. So hey, we still agree on everything so far, which is 4 matches, which is I guess good for me because I think I'm leading the
By a
yearly
landslide.
prediction by like 8 pay-per-views and like 20 points. It's crazy. It's insane. Like last year was close. This year man, like JJ, you start piling on some wins, man. Well, JJ's still beating me at the NFL, but that doesn't matter right now. Next match, we go for the mid-card titles.
Yeah, next match is the United States Champion Baron
Corbin
versus the Intercontinental Champion The Miz.
The Miz. Okay, this one tough. Maybe. Who do you got?
I've got Corbin.
You got Corbin.
For a very similar reason for why I have Charlotte. Of course, I have a lot of SmackDown wins thus far.
Big guy, usually like portrayed as a strong, dominant dude, and then Miz, right?
Because if Miz wins, he's cheating.
Yeah.
Like the Miz is interfering, all that stuff. But I still don't see Corbin losing to that. That makes him look extremely weak.
Does it make him weak to lose to 3 people? I mean, Corbin's been losing to Sin Cara for the better part of the last month.
Yeah, but
on freaking SmackDown. It's like, does that not make him look weak and stupid? Of course it
yeah.
does.
But
He's as a US champ, I don't like him losing, but I still got Miz winning this one.
okay.
And the reason for that, there's 2 reasons for that. One is called Curtis Axel and the other one is called Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
Because they are gonna help him win. Because that's the thing, right? Miz somehow manages to still have people help him.
Yeah.
Which Corbin doesn't even have that. Because Corbin is apparently even more an unlikable in character than Miz is.
Miz is going around backstage and he's talking to people. It's like, do you want TV time? Work for me.
Yeah, exactly, right. But Corbin doesn't know how to have that famous guy gimmick, so that doesn't work. Also, yeah, if Miz wins, which I predict, it's gonna have to be the way that someone needs to interfere. He's not gonna beat him clean. I can't see that. Because Corbin, he's the big dude. You know, he's the monster heel type of thing, and Miz has the body of a 12-year-old.
Yeah. So, we've got a lot of SmackDown wins here. Me more than you, but next matchup is the main titles.
Alright.
Which is
All
Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion.
Brock Lesnar.
This is AJ Styles, the WWE Champion.
Of SmackDown Live. If they specifically gave AJ the title over Jinder,
so that Brock wouldn't have to lose.
either so that Jinder wouldn't have to lose to Brock, because I still think Brock would win either way. But because they thought that sacking AJ Styles to the Beast is okay, as long as we do not job Jinder, Hard Body, Steroids, and Mahal to Brock Lesnar, then like Vince, come on, man. I got Brock.
Yeah, me too.
Obvious. I mean, this is obvious.
So for me, like the smaller matchup, SmackDown is winning, and then it's gonna be the same as last year, where it's like, oh yeah, SmackDown won some minor ones, but then Raw gets the big.
This doesn't have to do anything with Raw. And last year, SmackDown actually won the big one.
Oh wait, it was the other way around, right?
Yeah.
Like Raw won everything else.
Exactly.
And SmackDown won
Raw won the tag and the Women's Survivor
Yeah.
Series match, and SmackDown won the main one.
And this time,
this does not have anything to do with brands. Believe me. This has one reason written all over it, and that reason is Roman Reigns, and you know it.
Of course, they won't have Brock lose, but the thing is,
Brock will not lose a match until WrestleMania.
Brock winning could justify the other SmackDown victories, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can use that as an equalizer for that, but like the decision that Brock wins against AJ is not made over brands.
Again,
because Vince doesn't care about brands. Not as much as he cares about Roman Reigns.
I'm saying the other matches can be explained away by Brock winning.
In case you don't know what I'm talking about, Roman Reigns is going to win the Universal title from Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34.
And it's going to be, his third WrestleMania main event?
Fourth in a row.
Fourth, oh fuck.
We had San Francisco with Brock where
yeah.
Seth Rollins with the heist of the century, and then we had Dallas against Triple H.
Yeah.
We had him retiring The Undertaker, and now we have him defeating the Beast, which is totally going to happen. And then the WrestleMania after that, he's going to defend, like they're gonna. That's a bold prediction right now. They're gonna reunite the brands at WrestleMania 35, and he's gonna defeat John Cena for the undisputed WWE Demigod Super Championship.
And it's gonna be like 10 years in the making or something like
It's
that.
like 27 years in the making, like whenever Roman Reigns got born,
Yes.
because he is obviously God's chosen for this.
It's like, yeah.
Assuming that Vince McMahon plays the role of God,
Yeah, exactly.
right? It's like obviously that's totally what's gonna happen. We're getting off topic a little bit.
So, I guess there's only 2 matches left.
The Survivor Series matches.
Exactly.
So we got the women's match first.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know exactly who's in that match?
Well,
Did you write that down?
the thing is, first of all, no, I didn't write that down. Second of all, even if I did, we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know.
Because SmackDown still has a mystery participant, yeah.
In the Survivor Series match, which it was supposed to be Charlotte.
Yeah,
And she won the title from Natalia. Now she can't participate.
Which, logically speaking, would make you think that Natalia would take her spot, but
Yeah.
if that was the case, they wouldn't do the whole mystery opponent thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Unless they want to give her more heel heat, I guess, but that...
you told me that this is gonna involve your bold prediction, so I'm not gonna ask you who you think it is. I said it's probably not gonna be Paige, even though they might have it be Paige. Because, okay, if it's Paige, I'm gonna start puking all over JJ's floor.
Yes.
If it's not because Paige is not listed as a SmackDown superstar. She's specifically listed as a Raw superstar.
Which doesn't matter.
As far as I know, but yeah, that could be a swerve. And if it
I
is,
think they've done something like that before.
and if it is, vomit all over this floor, right?
Yeah.
Like right here in front of us, all over the mic too. It's gonna be disgusting. Wait, like when we do the review, it's gonna like awful. You're gonna hear some bad sounds. Anyway, who do you got winning and why? I hate Paige.
Well, I've got SmackDown winning for 2 reasons. First of all, whoever the mystery person is, they probably want to hype them up.
It's gonna tear the house down.
So you're already insinuating that it's me.
No, I'm not
Wait,
saying
no,
it's
you're
Paige.
not. Because like this is my house and this. Anyways,
Do you want me to make a prediction who's gonna be?
sure.
Nikki Bella.
Yeah, that works.
I mean, obvious, right? It's a John Cena return.
Yeah.
It's Nikki. Let's
prob-
be honest. It's
probably
Nikki.
is.
Let's be honest here. It's Nikki Bella.
Yeah,
Honestly, like
it does make the most
I don't.
sense.
We'll see what your bold prediction is, but I mean, come on. It's like really. Like remember last time we had a female to be announced participant.
Oh,
Remember how that was also conveniently Nikki Bella. Remember how can't be Brie Bella because she's kind of pregnant and all that. Is she still, or does she have a kid? Something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
Something like that. Whenever Daniel Bryan returns, Brie will return. I don't care. Listen, it's Nikki Bella. Last match? Oh, did I even mention who I think is gonna win?
No.
SmackDown is gonna win.
Yeah, of course, because of the return, whoever it is.
And because of another thing, which leads us into the next one, because I
Raw
believe
is winning the actual Survivor Series match.
that
The
is
men's
correct.
version.
That is correct. And because look at the people in that team.
Yeah, I mean, you got Braun, you got
Joe.
Like,
Kurt Angle, Triple H.
yeah,
It's nuts.
this is crazy.
I mean, we do have
and Finn.
and Finn Balor.
Because might as well mention it.
If he's a Demon Balor, they're winning guaranteed because the Demon Balor never loses.
I don't think it's gonna be the demon
Probably not.
because it's gonna totally unbalance the entrances
Yeah.
if he does the whole demon thing.
The spotlight isn't supposed to be all on him.
Yeah,
Because if he's a demon, he never loses. We know that.
if there is a spotlight on one person, it's probably Kurt Angle.
Yeah, and Triple H too. That's
Yeah.
that's the first time we see him wrestle since the Mania.
But it's definitely not gonna be Finn.
It's not going to be Finn.
It's gonna be anybody except for Finn.
Anybody except for Finn. On the SmackDown team, we do have Shinsuke Nakamura, which is good.
Yeah.
No Styles, obviously. No steroids Mahal either.
No.
But Randy Orton. So you're picking Raw?
And Rude and who else is there? And it's Shane and who's the fifth one?
Who is the fifth one for SmackDown?
Yeah.
Okay, can I even recall right now?
Me neither.
You want me to look it up?
No.
I'm looking it up when I get some time later down the line. You got Raw winning?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so do I. We need bold predictions though.
wait, let's quickly say, we differ only on the mid-card titles, right?
I got Miz.
Yeah, and I've got Corbin.
So yeah, that's the only one
That's the only difference.
So that's gonna be like, watch that open the main show, and it's like, oh yeah, after the first match, we already know who wins the prediction game, which is obviously gonna be me because it's always me.
So the bold prediction, and then of course,
Nikki Bella.
and then of course is that the last SmackDown team member for the women's
match
thing, and actually a different prediction,
not Nikki Bella,
which is less likely and thereby
more bold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is that it's someone from the Mae Young Classic.
Okay.
I'm not going to specify who because that would be very specific.
So it's not like some already known legend type of name thing.
No, it's just someone from the Mae Young Classic, which if they then win would elevate that person a lot instantly.
Especially if that person like has a specific impact.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my Bible prediction for the Survivor Series is that Kurt Angle. Okay, let me know if this is bold enough, but Kurt Angle will get the winning pinfall.
That is a pretty bold prediction considering who is in that match.
Yeah.
Because...
But, like, remember how they made him get the winning pinfall in at TLC? Even though he didn't participate in most of the match?
Yeah.
I can see them pulling off that type of stuff again, because you know what this match does, right? This match is the beginning of Angle versus Triple H for Mania.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
But it could also be Triple H.
Yeah, sure, but like either way, there needs to be a.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why it's bold enough.
Okay.
Because it could be Triple
H. Sure,
H.
I'm taking it.
It could probably also be Braun, but then they would be setting up some other storyline, which I don't know what.
Like two things I'm thinking of is either Triple H versus Angle at Mania,
yeah,
or Triple H and Kurt Angle versus Shane and DB.
Okay.
Because there has been some news on like Daniel Bryan being like reinstated and all that stuff, but I don't know how that's gonna work with the injury dudes in the WWE. I'm looking up who is actually in the match for what do we say? SmackDown, right?
SmackDown, the men's team.
SmackDown men's team. Okay, John Cena.
Oh yeah.
Remember how I mentioned that when I said that Nikki Bella was returning?
It's like who could we possibly forget of that team? Most forgettable person, John Cena.
John Cena.
You know why? Because you can't see him.
Because he's an afterthought. You can't even see him. He's an afterthought. Okay, people, we just embarrass ourselves on National Life Internet. It happens.
You know what?
Time to
I would rather forget him than Shinsuke.
Of course.
Or
yeah.
Even Rude. It's like
anyone for that matter.
yeah. Maybe Orton.
Yeah, maybe Orton. Also, notice how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn don't even appear, which is great. In my opinion, that's a strategic masterpiece because they would not get along with Shane.
Yeah.
In the Survivor Series team, so I believe that's really good booking.
Yeah, I can see that.
Huge fan of doing it that way. Is that the predictions?
That is the prediction.
Okay, really quick, right? We also do the NXT TakeOver predictions because we, for completion's sake, predict every single pay-per-view.
Yes.
In the WWE, but we're not doing it on the air. Now, we did the predictions. If anyone happens to care about what we predict, just tell us in the comments and we'll tell you what we predicted. And if you want to see it in the future, we can do it in the future podcast.
Exactly.
Because the takeover doesn't happen every single time, but it happens basically before the big 4 pay-per-views.
And there was one additional one.
And like a random backlash or something like that.
Yeah.
But whenever it happens, if you want to see it, we can do it. Let us know. We'll do it in the podcast. This time though, we're not gonna waste any time on doing that right now.
So the next thing is our halftime show.
Halftime show.
Which is me quizzing you on all kinds of things.
All kinds. And all kinds is 10, at max 10 things. Probably less than 10 things, but 10 questions.
It is definitely less than 10 topics.
10 questions.
At least 10 questions.
10 questions on a number of topics that is limited by the number of 10, probably smaller though.
I could probably figure out a way to get 2 topics in one question, but that's not the point right now.
Maybe. But, okay, you know what? Doesn't matter. Ask me your first question.
Okay, here's a simple one. Who had the most Intercontinental Championship reigns?
How many do I have to get right to win something?
What would you even win? When have we ever got prizes for our quizzes?
I just instated that. Right.
Because you are the one being quizzed.
I just instated it. What do I get? What do I get for win? Like how many do I need to win?
8.
And I get this monitor right there
No.
in front of. I get this monitor.
You know what? You get the same thing that you always tell to people. You get to suggest a podcast topic.
I get to do that all the time.
I know. Now shut up and ask the question.
But thanks for getting me to this. Right before I shall answer my question, people, here's a question for you. Right? If you good people can tell me what I'm wearing on my head right now, can you hear it? I'm hitting it right now on my head as we record this. Let me know in the comments, and if you do, you get a free subscription to our channel, which is only the second prize. However, if you're already subscribed, which more people will do that before commenting, you get to suggest a topic for the future podcast, which you don't get to do every week. I do because I work here. But hey, that's a chance for you to get involved. So if you know, maybe there might be clues in past videos. Maybe, check some of those out. Maybe there might be some. Let me know, and you'll get a suggested topic. Okay, the question was, who had the most IC championship reigns?
And that's a relatively easy one.
You know what? Like, considering that, like, back in the day, they had, like, 10-year reigns and all that crazy shit, I'm just gonna say The Miz.
No, it's Chris Jericho. He had 9 of them.
Oh, it's Jericho. Okay. How many does Miz have these days?
I think it's like 6 or 7.
Is he not there? I was pretty sure he's almost there yet.
I'm
he had
fairly
a bunch.
certain he's getting close, but like
okay, Y2J.
like last time
Can't complain.
Last time I brought that up, Jericho I believe had 9 and Miz had 6. He hasn't had 3 in last
that's
2
true.
years something.
Well, close.
Oh, well, not in 2 years, like
Half a
1.5
year,
years
like
or
the 2017 calendar year.
So yeah.
Also, have you heard of Jericho going to New Japan to have a match with Kenny Omega?
I know,
Dude,
crazy, right?
We need to watch that and review that shit.
Sure.
That's a hell of a match. I can't wait for that. And WWE does not like it, but I don't care. I like it. What's the next question?
The next question is actually a Hearthstone question.
Oh.
And that is, what's the cheapest Hunter Legendary?
The cheapest Hunter Legendary. That's tough. That is real tough. Let me have a think. Can you, are you giving me hints if I don't know, or
no? You would. It's actually really easy if you think about it.
I'm okay. Like, I don't know all the Hunter Legends. Does it have to be in standard or wild or anything or whatever?
Well, it doesn't have to be in standard, but I'm giving you a tip. It is.
It is in standard. Okay, let me think. Is there like any 1 or 2 or any like crazy cheap ones? I don't remember there being any like really cheap ones, so I'm just gonna say it's the Deathstalker Rexar.
No, it's actually the quest.
It's the quest?
Because all the quests cost 1 mana.
In my life, I've never seen a Hunter quest.
There is a quest for every class.
I know there is a quest. I've never seen it before.
I know. That's why I thought it would be a hard question, because you don't think of the Hunter quest.
Totally is hard.
But of course, it's the cheapest one because they all cost 1.
Ask me for mage. It's easy.
I believe after that would be Acid Mob, but I don't know for sure.
I'm not even. Like, okay, that card is that card in standard still?
I don't think so.
It is, right?
I don't think it is.
So yeah, I'm picking the Stalker because that's the lowest one I could come up with.
Okay,
the quest. The quest.
You know what? Let's go back to wrestling.
Wrestling.
Who had the longest NXT title reign?
The longest NXT title reign. Okay, I feel like I should have that still saved up somewhere in the back of my mind. I know that the Samoa Joe and Demon Balor thing went on for quite a while. It's not Nakamura. It's I'm trying to think back to the old days, right? I know Bo Dallas was a champ at one point.
And I think he also had that for a while.
He did. There was Big E, the Langston. There was Neville. There was in fact Neville. There was Owens and there was Zayn, among others. The introductory one was Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Spitting all kinds of facts, tiptoeing around the actual question.
Yes, you are.
Should I just throw a name?
Sure.
Let me say Neville.
It actually was Finn Balor.
It was Balor, okay.
can you guess how long? That's not an actual, not
yeah,
part
sure,
of the question,
but
yeah.
let me say 280 days.
293.
That's close.
I think the second longest one might have been 280. There was definitely one that was 280.
Was it Neville too?
I don't
Because if it
remember.
was Neville, I should totally get a point for coincidences.
I did actually look at the list, but I only actually bothered
for
to
the longest
remember
one.
the important one.
The Balor.
But yeah, I think there was two that were relatively close to this, but that is the longest
So
one.
no one held it for a year yet.
No.
Maybe someone's doing that in the future. Maybe Drew.
So, you know what? Let's stay with wrestling.
Sticking with the wrestling.
You know how before WWE introduced the current Cruiserweight title?
Yeah.
There was an older one before that.
A cruiserweight title?
Yes.
Was there?
Yes.
When was that?
It was, I think it was up until like 07 or something.
Oh, okay, way back.
So who was the last Cruiserweight champion of that particular Cruiserweight title?
Like shooting from the hip, Rey Mysterio.
No.
No.
It was Hornswoggle.
It was. Oh, right.
That's one of those
Right.
things that are often brought up as fun facts.
Right. Yeah, I must have heard that in some What Culture video at some point.
Exactly, they like to point that out.
Hornswoggle.
It was Hornswoggle.
Thinking that Vince was in charge of the company back in that day, I should have probably known that. Hornswoggle.
Here's a bit of a different question.
Alright.
So, you know how we do YouTube videos? We're making one right now.
Are we?
Yes.
Is this why you put up this microphone in front of me every single time we having a discussion?
Exactly.
Wow, you're not giving me any of the pay cut. I'm gonna need to have a talk with you, man. All right, okay, good. Are we successful?
Not really, but that's not the point. Talking about success, what is our least viewed video?
It's probably some podcast, to be honest. Is it enough if I say it's a podcast, or do I need a point for a specific one?
Let's just say getting the series right is enough.
Is it the podcast?
Is that your answer?
Tough, you know. I'm thinking of it could be some random browser game that we played at one point.
You would have to be a bit more specific than that.
Well, okay, are we talking at the point of recording?
Yes. Which is only like shortly before release.
Does this video count that we're recording right now? Because then technically this is still at zero views.
No, it does not count.
So this is going up on Saturday, the what of November? Something of November.
The 18th.
The 18th of November. So I'm just gonna say it was the NFL predictions that went up 2 days ago.
No, actually. That did almost tie for the last place. But it, like, right before we made the video, got, like, one more view.
Oh, man.
So...
Who did that? Fuck you.
So, it actually is Google Feud number 7, which has a whole 3 views.
At the point of recording?
Yes.
How does it only have 3 views? People! Listen.
I believe it also has 4 likes.
How does that happen?
I do not know.
Is that YouTube logic again?
That is totally YouTube logic.
That's how... Man, it's like... When you click on a new video and it's got, like, more likes than it's got views...
Yeah.
Like, get your algorithms together. Also, people, go watch Google Feud 7. I put some work into editing that. Like, come on, that's been up for a while, hasn't it? Too?
Yes.
Go watch that video, man. Cut me some slack. I put work into that. Come on.
So...
I was close, though.
You know what? This podcast is a lot about wrestling, so I had quite a few wrestling questions in here.
Here's another one.
Here's another one, exactly. And this one is actually not a WWE question.
Wow.
Because, you know it, maybe you don't know it. This is probably one of the harder ones, but who is the current Ring of Honor World Champion?
Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor?
I'm gonna give you a tip. You definitely know the dude.
Alright. Ring of Honor? I don't even know if he's in Ring of Honor, but I'm just gonna throw the name Bobby Lashley.
No, I believe he's in Impact Wrestling.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I remember him being the last time, yeah.
It's Cody.
Oh, it's actually Cody?
Previously known as Cody Rhodes, but now it's just Cody.
Or Stardust.
Yeah.
I remember him from New Japan.
Yeah.
On the sides of the second Okada vs Omega match. He was trying to throw in the towel and people were holding it back. That was a great match.
You know what? Not too many wrestling questions. So let's go back to Hearthstone.
Okay, of course.
What is the most played Hearthstone card?
The one most played Hearthstone card?
Yes.
At the moment?
Yes.
Before the patch, it was Jade Idol. Consistently over the millennia, I would assume it would be the Doomsayer. But asking me right now, I'm still going Jade Idol.
So I looked at the hsreplay.net, I believe it is the address, statistics.
Yeah.
For most played card.
Probably a Jade card, a Doomsayer,
and
something along that line.
So my thought process when I tried to figure out what the card was by guessing before I looked it up.
How often can it be played?
It's probably a neutral card because every deck can run it.
Okay. So Doomsayer would make sense.
So I was thinking, what do a lot of decks run? And actually, it's Firefly.
It's Firefly?
Yes.
Like the one time I looked at the top 10, it was 9 Druid cards and a Doomsayer.
Okay.
It was Jade Idol, it was like all the Jade cards.
Again, according to hsreplay.net.
But that was before the last patch. The one before that, where they nerfed Druid. That's when 80% of the population was running Druid.
Yeah, right? So just based on what their statistics say, which I of course can't verify their statistics are correct.
The way to go about this would be, it has to be, okay, neutral card?
Yes.
Cheap card? And a generally popular card.
Yeah, so Firefly came to
Firefly. Makes a lot of sense, so would Doomsayer to me.
Yeah.
I was thinking Jade Idol because some people, you can play that 25 times in one round.
It was going off like, I think, how many were run.
Oh, okay.
How many were actually playing the game.
That's something else.
But, yeah. Sorry, I should have probably worded that a bit better. But
fair enough.
Like most people actually that are playing it, basically.
In that case, I would have gone something along the lines.
Of course, like Jade Idol, if you actually count every single time it's being played, including the copied ones, of course, that would be really high up there, and probably Flame Elementals will probably be over Fireflies.
Probably.
Also, because you can also get them from Flame Geyser and that kind of stuff.
So would probably be like Fireball would be close.
Yeah, with Antonidas, yeah.
Stuff like that. Also, the coin?
Yeah, probably the coin, right?
The coin. The coin.
Maybe Jade Idol's over the coin.
Maybe,
because of how many you can play, but coin is probably played.
Coin is being played in basically
almost
every single game, right?
There's probably somewhere it's not played, but most of the time.
Yeah, if you die before.
Like 90-some%.
Of course.
It's being played. Probably like 99 points.
But it's usually only played once a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's a science question.
Did I get a question right yet?
I do not think so.
Do I still get a monitor?
No.
Okay, science question.
So here's a science question, right?
Huge fan.
And you should know the answer to this one.
Hopefully.
So, who invented gravity? Einstein or Newton?
No one invented fucking gravity, man.
That is the correct answer.
Come on, JJ. That's I know, dude.
That was a trick question.
That was a trick question.
Like, you got it right instantly, though.
I'm getting back. I'm getting back on you for that.
I was trying to go fast with that so you wouldn't.
Yeah, who invented gravity?
But yeah, you instantly picked up.
It's like who invented gravity? Einstein or Newton?
I should have probably worded it with like Einstein or Newton who invented gravity.
Maybe. But the invented gravity. I mean, it would be cool. It's like before it just didn't exist.
So hey, that's the right answer.
Great, got it.
So, going a bit more meta again and asking something about YouTube. Who is the most subscribed YouTuber?
PewDiePie.
Okay. I thought you might know that.
Standing 2017, standing 2018, TrashcanTv.
Yeah.
Fact.
maybe not like 1st of January, but sometime 2018.
Sometime 2018, like April 2nd. I don't know.
April 1st because YouTube is making a joke.
April 1st, that totally works. April 1st, we are. Promise.
And then just, to round out the questions a bit, because I asked you about the most played Hearthstone card.
Yeah.
Same criteria, but this time what's the second most played one?
The second most
Again,
played.
according to the statistics of like HS Replay.net.
Does the coin count?
No, again, it's like I think it's like most run index. Is technically what.
I mean, if Firefly is one, then it would make a lot of sense for it to be Flame Elemental right
again,
now.
it's like I think they're just going off cards you actually have in your deck.
Oh, okay.
So Flame Elementals.
So it might still be a neutral card. Would make sense.
Yes, that will make sense.
So it's a minion? Probably?
Because if it's a neutral card, it would have to be minion.
Exactly.
Because there's no neutral non-minion cards.
So it's probably going to be a cheap one. 1 or 2 mana.
Maybe.
Probably 1 mana. Again, I want to say Doomsayer because that makes sense, but there's decks that don't run Doomsayers. Like, it doesn't make sense for a Hunter, a Shaman, a Paladin to run a Doomsayer, basically.
Yes.
Ever. So, what... You know what? Acolyte of Pain.
It actually surprised me, but according to their statistics, it was the Tar Creeper.
The Tar Creeper? I mean, the Tar Creeper... Everyone runs the Tar Creeper.
It's pretty much in every control deck, but like... That
Everyone runs themselves a good Tar Creeper. That's a good shout. I said Acolyte because I see everyone running that, and I feel like every deck can run it. Tar Creeper is also one of those. Makes a lot of sense to me. I'm not debating that. It's good. Alright. Tar Creeper. Is that the last question, JJ?
Yes.
How many did I get? Like 1?
You got 2. No one invented gravity and PewDiePie.
That's a good resume, people. 2 of 8. Now what do I win? Do I get
2
a pick?
out of 10, actually.
2 out of 10. Do I get to pick anything I want out of the west wall of this building? Like they do at carnivals? Like, I want this huge teddy bear up there. Like, I'm just like at carnivals, man. That's what they do. They got all kinds of like stuffed animals and shit.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. I want something. I want this toothbrush over there. JJ's got his toothbrush in here. The man has his toothbrush in the studio, which also he uses as a bedroom, which is odd enough, but he's got his toothbrush in here. Got it standing like right next to the window. It's like, who does that even? Like, he doesn't do the bathroom is not as far away. It's a big studio, but come on, there's a bathroom pretty close to this room.
Yes.
He's got his toothbrush in here. He stores it.
It's an electric toothbrush, man. It needs to charge.
Oh yeah, because there's no power outlets in the bathroom. I forget.
Not enough to have 3 toothbrushes there, and some other stuff if needed, like I don't know, like hair, like
Like
hair
we don't even need 3 toothbrushes, man. We can have our secretary Christine brush her teeth at home. Why is she using my bathroom anyways? Like that's supposed to be for the stars only. God damn it. Don't do stores a toothbrush in here. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. JJ, what do we have next?
The fact of the week, and I just hope that wasn't your fact, because that's not a good fact.
First of all, it is a good fact, because it's a fact, but it's not my fact of the week. What is your fact of the week?
My fact of the week actually totally relates to the quiz, because we need continuity, and that's continuity. And that is actually, you know how I said that the most played Hearthstone card is Firefly?
Yeah, you did.
I don't have any.
You don't have any Fireflies.
I don't have any Fireflies.
How do you not have Fireflies?
I do not know.
Everyone in Mother has Fireflies. You need to craft yourself some...
It's the same thing as like Serenade Changing. It's like, how the fuck did I never pull one of those?
But you need to craft yourself a Firefly. It's like, it's dirt cheap. They're commons.
Yeah, I know. That also makes it more crazy how I never pulled one, right?
Or you never crafted one.
Because crafting commons is, in theory, such a waste of dust.
It's a common. It's not that costly, man.
But it costs like an entire pack worth of cards.
To
disenchant, basically.
Okay, yeah. But that's like 100 coin. For a dude who spent 700 coin on unlocking the one in Karazhan wings. To get a fucking kindly grandmother, which is a common.
First of all, I like playing the adventure wings, and there's more cards in one wing.
I like it. Not an argument.
And second of all, again, it wasn't just a kindly grandmother. It's probably the same wing that like someone else was in. Like there's one legendary in there for sure. I don't know which wing that is from the top of my head, but
yeah,
it just might be Barnes. I don't know.
Barnes is in there? Yeah, Barnes is in there.
Barnes isn't one of those. I don't know.
I'm gonna see. Maybe I'm gonna do it at one point.
Because
maybe
the Kindly Grandmother, I believe, is from the plays, which I think Barnes is also from, but I'm not sure.
That would make sense for Barnes to be from.
Yeah, exactly. Because
he's a theater guy.
So I want to say they're in the same wing, but I don't know.
Okay, listen. My fact of the week. Have you ever heard of CTE?
Doesn't ring a bell right now.
It's a brain disease, which
a
lot of football players and
that's
athletes
the thing
in general.
from repeated concussions, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? So
didn't say
very much recently, people or like doctors or whatever have managed to do a specific scan to detect CTE for the first time in a still living person, because usually the only way to detect it would be after death, with like literally analyzing the brain.
Okay.
Like slicing it up in all kinds of different ways and scanning in different. And now, like for the first time, they've managed to do that in a living person who's a football player from the 1970s, which is good. I'm a huge fan of that, because that now allows for like players to like people to scan for that and work on a treatment too, like to even test out potential treatments on people who are still alive. Because when someone's dead, you can't test no treatment for no disease on them no more.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, it's not, of course not a bad thing to look into treatments for that, but, you know, it just might be good to try to avoid getting it in the first place by not getting constantly hit in the head.
But that's the game. Like, that's the game.
That is what makes the game stupid, though, right? It's just people hurting each other.
Oh, it's not stupid.
And themselves.
Shut up.
That's all they do.
You don't know. You don't even know. No, Jaden, no. You think, listen, because it's unhealthy in one way, you are unhealthy in other ways. Chugging all kinds of coffee every day, sitting on your ass, playing video games, doing nothing at all.
Sure, I'm not saying that that's a good lifestyle, but you could work out without hitting yourself in the head repeatedly.
Yeah, you could do that. But you can also live more healthily. It's like, who are you to criticize that?
Come on, just because I'm no.
Listen. Don't turn this around on me now. This is a pro football fact. This fact is not supposed. This is not. I don't need you to turn this against. Oh, football is so bad. This is a fact that's pro football, because this is gonna be important for the future of football. Because that way, people who are like in their mid-20s can have their scan, and when they know that they have onset of CTE, they know that they should stop their career, which I fully support. If you're dealing with concussions like all the times, like stop it, okay? Like stop playing, for fuck's sake. But I realize that the problem with the sport these days is the lengthy period of time, because people. It doesn't just happen from 23 to 33, but it happens from 13 to 33, because people start playing at middle school level, like contact football. I realize that, but this is a pro football fact, and I think it's cool that they did that, because that's gonna help people in the future.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But it's still a stupid sport to begin with.
Not true. In that case, anything could be a stupid sport for some reason. Which JJ would totally support, but it's not. Esports.
Esports are stupid.
Is anything not stupid? Gaming?
Well, okay, I don't think there's anything inherently bad about gaming, but...
Esports.
Actually,
esports is gaming.
Yeah, esports and gaming
have
the advantage of improving your reflexes, and there's not too many negatives except for sitting too much.
Yeah, I think...
Which you can also get from office jobs.
I think, with the staring at the screen too much and all that,
yeah,
with
that
eye damage and all that. In general, poor health from sitting around too much, not being active and all that. And, of course, side factors that come with that, more often than not, don't necessarily have to, stuff like poor diet. All kinds of coffee, for example, or, 20 Red Bulls a day, which are necessary to that, but more often than not, it happens.
Yeah.
Accompanying factor. Okay, way too long of a segment, right? But that's a good fact. I'm a fan of that fact. What is our second topic?
Our second topic is about how when things are very subjective, like taste in music, you always think that there is an objective part to it.
Always.
And now you are supposed to explain that.
There is always an objective part to basically almost anything except for stuff like just taste. Like taste in, okay, even taste in food, you could argue there is objective parts to, but just I happen to like this better because it tastes better to me. That's one of the most subjective things that I can think of. Music, however, even though I'll give you the fact that music is largely subjective in how people perceive it, there are still objective arguments to be made for certain things, songs, bands, types of music to be better than others.
Okay.
Which you can't really disagree with. For example, a 1960s, I don't know, Beatles Bob Dylan song. When Bob Dylan goes on the stage, picks up his acoustic guitar and plays the song all by himself, sings it on the stage, like no auto-tune, no amplifier, no equalizer, nothing.
Yeah.
That is objectively more impressive, better, and more effort than a modern pop song.
Sure.
Because a modern pop song, anyone could do that. Because they alter your voice to the point where it's unrecognizable, and the beat's done by a computer.
Yes, but does that necessarily make the old songs better? I know, personally, I think they are better, but that's...
Subjectively, to each your own. Objectively, yes. It makes them more valuable. There's more work put into them. There's more talent needed for them. It makes them better. It makes them... from the little objective view that you can have on it, it makes them better.
So, but who decided that putting work into something and having talent automatically, inherently makes something better?
Inherently, when something is more rare, which is the fact for that, and that works, and that goes for every single category. In general, rarity makes stuff more valuable because it's more desirable. For example, this works in basically every category, right? You know how in specifically countries like Northern Europe, Northern America, and all that stuff, people with a little bit, like, not like all dark skin, but a little bit darker skin, like from Southern Europe, stuff like that,
yes,
are perceived as more attractive because that's like with a they got a good tan, basically. Those people, that's perceived as attractive.
Yes.
Because it's more rare of a thing. And rarity is generally more desirable as a trait in anything.
I mean, I've heard statistics about, like, what men prefer in women and what women prefer in men, like, specifically related to ethnicity, and it's usually, like, in a certain country, the locals are basically one of the least desirable types of people.
Yeah.
Because, I guess because they're around everywhere.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Okay,
yeah.
this is the lesser there is of it, and the rarer it is, and the harder it is to get it, the more one wants to generally have it.
Yes.
Which goes for anything. So, yeah, objectively, I'm sorry. Objectively, music that doesn't come along as much, that not a lot of people can do, would be more desirable of a talent to behold or be witness of.
Okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense.
So that's one of those things, right? You got another example for subjectivity that I over objectivize? Not a word.
Well, so another thing that comes to mind is we're constantly discussing food, and as you just said, like, the taste of food is completely subjective.
The most subjective thing I could think of, not entirely, but for the very most part, yes.
So, of course, nutritional value is, like, something that's definitely objective.
Yes.
But, like, besides that, there's not a lot of good arguments to be made, right?
For what? For specific food?
For one food over the other, for example.
Oh, there's a lot of arguments to be made. For food more than for anything, because any food we can break down, like, nothing that you do on a daily basis has such a wide variety of different types of impacts than usually what you eat. Because you could look at where it comes from, who produced it, or what type of workforce was employed to it being produced, what type of environmental impacts does it have. So that can be broken down into a lot. Transport costs, what kind of tariffs were paid, all that stuff. So you can break that down a lot, to the point where You can look at everything, because you'd probably go insane. But specifically talking about taste, then yeah, that is subjective for the most part. Because if you have a certain taste for something, you like the taste of something, you don't like the taste of something else, that is subjective. You can't change that. The only thing you could do is, which kind of links to an objective point of view, is understanding why that is, how that comes to be, and consciously doing whatever you can to do, which is very little, to ensure that you and specifically your offspring will have a subjective taste that is closer to the objective good than average. Like, if that sentence doesn't make any type of sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people get the gist.
Because, for example, like when kids are taught, like from an early age, what healthy foods to eat, they will tend to develop a taste for that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or, for example, kids tend to have a taste for what their mother eats during pregnancy. So that's why pregnant women should eat a lot of, even though they might not like it, a lot of bitter foods, a lot of bitter vegetables and fruit, because that will reduce on average the sweet tooth of the kid, if you know what I'm saying. So they'll be less into sweets all the time, and will generally develop a healthier eating behavior because they will grow more accustomed to eating those vegetables, fruit, whatever.
So, not necessarily taking into account the pregnancy thing, but the early life argument, I could see that going the other way too, though, where you're always forbidden to eat something, and then when you get the opportunity, you're just going for it.
Okay, that's the thing. You don't want that would tie into the argument where the rarer it is, the more desirable. But the thing with that is you don't want to deprive, but you don't want to overwhelm. This is about education.
Yes.
This is about education, because this is about this is good, and therefore we need to have it often. This is bad, therefore we can have it sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah.
And that's teaching. Obviously, if you never get, if you're like 20 years old to the day of your 18th birthday or whatever, you haven't gotten a single cookie ever in your life, and then you get a cookie that's like, it's the best thing ever. Obviously, right? Because
you click for more.
And then you click for more, and like before you even notice what happened, you got trillions of cookies in your browser.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Check out our cookie clicker series, shameless plug. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Anything else? Music again, maybe?
Well, there is definitely a lot about music. I mean, there's probably some more factors that you would say there are.
For music, I consider everything. But something that I find interesting when we debate specific songs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, hey, when we try to debate a specific song, what I try to focus on is what song is objectively better.
Yes, which I think is a ridiculous thought to begin with, but
here's the thing, right? If we are not looking at objectivity, how do you propose to debate song versus song?
Well, debating it, not at all. Which is kind of the thing.
But that's not really an option. If we're gonna debate something, we need to find the most logical way to debate it.
But you're always the one who's like, oh yeah, let's debate food, let's debate music. And I'm like,
because I do that. I'm
subjective.
I'm a very much competitive person, yeah, but it's subjective for the most part. But you can't say it's 100% subjective. And the part that you can debate, I want to debate. No matter what it is, I want to debate it. For example, if we were going to... A debate that we could totally have would be your Rolling Stones versus my anything else. Band that you undervalue. Guns N' Roses. Runrig. Slade. Whatever. That's an objective debate that I'm willing to have with you at any time. And I'm going to factor everything in there. Production, talent, meaning, like the whole stuff off of my top 50 list, basically.
Yes.
So, like the cleverness of rhymes. Also, my song of the week is kind of referencing, in a way, what I'm saying here all the time. You want to get into that? I mean,
Sure.
we have done that for a while. Now, if you have anything to add to what I'm saying or JJ had saying, then let us know in the comments if you want us to continue this debate in some type of way, or you got anything that you want me to debate against JJ because you want to make yourself more a picture of how I debate stuff. Then let me know, because I'm always open to those suggestions. I love debates. Or you have to criticize me, do that too. I'll have a debate in the comments.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind. But now, okay, let's do the song of the week, JJ. You first?
Sure.
What's the song?
So for, let's just say no particular reason,
Alright.
it's Money 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 by ABBA.
Good song. No particular reason?
No.
Is there any offhand references at all?
I'll tell you later.
There just might be some. I'm not gonna try and get to the bottom of this. Just quickly before I don't know if we did that. Did we do that in the beginning before I reveal my song? We hit 50 subs lately.
Oh yeah, we did.
We did hit 50 subs like yesterday.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. It's pretty good. That's
Like, watch by the time we have this uploaded, it'll be 49.
we gonna upload this within like not even a day of recording it.
I know, but still, like,
What's it be 49 again? Maybe 51. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, either way, good job, people.
Yeah.
Right? Good job. If you're actually listening to podcasts, which most people don't do, they just watch the good content.
Yeah.
Can't blame them. But if you listen to the podcast, if you're the hardcore people, hey, thanks. Good job. We're getting there. That's 50 is a half of 100.
Exactly.
Fact of the week. Okay, my song of the week might need a little bit more explaining here. You know how we always got the really good, like the old music and all that stuff?
Yes.
I will say that this is objectively the worst song of the week that I've ever had.
Okay.
Because it's a rap song.
Oh god.
And it's for you, it's definitely the worst song of the week that I ever had. But I'm using this for one, because it's probably my favorite rap song, and to make a point. Because the one criticism that I have of people like us, in terms of musical taste, in terms of like, oh yeah, the old school stuff, you know, we're like, oh, real instruments, you know, meaningful lyrics, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you always say, but
yeah,
yes.
the way that we usually feel, we tend to stuff everything else into one
My
hat.
arguments are usually more personal preference, but yes.
without looking a bit more in detail. And the one thing that I believe people need to realize in general, even though absolutely the music that we usually have is the best music that's out there, no doubt about that.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Good reference. Listen, there is a difference, people, between rap and hip hop, which people do not recognize. People like us and fellow acquaintances with the same WWE.
I've literally been told, I believe yesterday or the day before that, I was like, I generally am pretty open to music, but there's like a few categories that I don't like.
Yeah.
I was listing rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
And the dude who I was talking to was like, that's the same thing. And I was like,
no, it's not. Was that a fellow acquaintance of us?
yes.
And does he have the same type of taste of
Yes.
music? I think I know who you're talking about.
So-
it's not. It's not.
I always thought that there is a difference that you only know if you're into that type of music.
Listen, no. It's not. Listen. Hip-hop is generally the most awful thing that has ever happened to this world. Hip-hop is brain-dead, stupid lyrics with a very simple computer-generated beat. That's what's running on the charts. Rap is usually a medium-term complicated to sometimes really good beat with some of the best lyrics out there. Because rap lives on its lyrics, not on its melody.
Okay.
And if you actually listen to rap, maybe you don't agree with the words, because like sometimes it's a lot of profanity, it's a lot of 21st century culture type of thing.
Yeah.
But there is meaningful stuff out there. You know the song "Gangsta's Paradise" by Coolio?
I do actually like that song.
Is that rap or hip hop to you?
I mean, I would have probably said that it's rap,
Yes.
but
It is.
especially after your explanation, because you know that there is some stuff in there that he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So people need. I know that rap is nowhere near as good as any type of rock that ever has been ever, right? Maybe like some crazy alternative.
I mean,
type
there
of rock
is
thing.
definitely probably
Yeah.
like the best hip hop song versus the worst rock song. There is probably something there.
For the hip hop side,
Yeah, because
maybe.
Because if you're going into the worst, that's basically a bottomless pit.
Yeah, but the worst of the worst is hip hop. That's what's running up and down the radio. That's what's making the charts.
Yes.
That's the real rap.
It's all hip hop and pop.
Yeah, rap is not the same thing as hip hop. Rap can be pretty good. The ceiling of rap is way above the bottom of rock. The rock bottom.
Exactly.
Oh god, I realized that.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
I realized that way too late. What a full circle with the wrestling topic, huh? Listen, the very best of hip hop is probably barely scratching the surface of rock bottom. Okay, we need to stop doing this. There is a difference, and that fellow acquaintance, I'm gonna tell that fellow acquaintance. Because
you can tell him tomorrow.
I will tell him tomorrow because I'm going to see him tomorrow.
Yes.
That's a fact. Still haven't told you my song of the week. I don't know if you know it. It's called Smart Went Crazy by Atmosphere.
No clue.
Totally different from everything I've ever said before. You can listen to that. We could listen to that right after recording this podcast. You're not gonna like that song. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna like it. You did like a song that I showed to you a while ago, which is America by Deuce.
Yes, which is also rap rock.
In a way, yeah, it's like
That's literally what's classified
it's
as.
Hollywood Undead type of thing, yeah. So
He's literally the singer and bassist of Hollywood Undead.
thanks for, yeah, okay. I wanted that should have been a future fact of the week. Anyway, that song you liked. This one, maybe not. The only time that I ever listened to this song is at the gym. Okay, and if I had to evaluate that, which I won't because it's not a top 50, it's not even close. That would be one of the higher categories in that, but it also would be one of the higher categories in message lyrics.
Yeah, of course.
As would most rap songs be. Listen, like the collection of all the rap songs that I have on my playlist, as opposed to the collection of all the rock songs, which the rap songs probably make up like 5 or 6 songs. Let's say 5 songs and like 600 rock songs.
Yeah.
Collectively, on average, the rap songs would be higher in the message lyrics department than all the collective rock songs.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's not to be undervalued. Do notice the difference between rap and hip hop, coming from a dude who is 100% old school music style. Okay. Oh, and also, the first person in the comments section to tell me that ABBA is modern hip hop, I will fight you on the side of the street. Come at me, people. That's all I needed to say. Nice ride. Nice ride. I need to get out there. Hope you all have a wonderful day. JJ, do you have anything to add?
No, but there is a question I have to ask you.
Is
That's it?
Is it an important question?
Dude. That's it?
Is it that important?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What? That's it.